This is BNLO, and it is July 29th. Let's talk about data centers.
Last week, our city's planning commission approved a new AI data center by California-based Raiden. I made a reel explaining it all for the Pikes Peak Bulletin. There's a lot of anger around AI data centers, and it's a tricky situation. AI is useful, but it's also built on the unethical and illegal consumption of all the world's media as training data. Despising data centers has become the new American competitive sport, and elected leaders across the country are losing their jobs approving them. This is probably a controversial take given that I'm a creative and everything I just said, but the friction against Raiden's project is actually kind of weird. Here's the thing. Colorado Springs already has over half a dozen data centers. They're vital fixtures of internet infrastructure. It's how you're listening to or watching this. None of them are as large as Raiden's, but Raiden's isn't as large as the hyperscaler ones being built on top of hundreds of acres of pulverized greenfield. Data center protesters here are concerned about water, infrasound, and the heat island effect, but wasteful, noisy, and hot suburban sprawl gets greenlit and built without a squeak. We're concerned about vast quantities of computers being used to surveil us when we live in the geographic center of a huge defense-oriented economy. So if all those individual concerns have been easy to gloss over for decades, why are we so mad about AI data centers now? It's because they make us feel like we're losing control. In a time like this, when we're just getting by and it feels like our lives are getting worse while the people profiting off these data centers just get more and more comfortable, we feel like we're losing our stuff. We detest Raiden's data center because some company from California wants to colonize our community with a well-designed means of extracting our resources in exchange for what? Some temporary construction work? Some tax revenue from a building that's spent most of its life empty? What happens when the generative AI bubble bursts? Raiden's data center scares us because whatever we grant them, we can't claw it back. This would be a great time for our city council to consider a moratorium on data centers to figure things out and set standards. But the real tragedy here is that if Colorado Springs residents took 5% of the frustration that they feel towards Raiden's new facility and put it toward almost anything else in the city, like council pay so we can get more diverse leadership or new master plans like Southeast Strong and Annex COS, our city would be a better place. We have so many more issues to tackle than potholes, apartments, and data centers, but people aren't paying attention. It's my hope that BNLO becomes the show to talk about them.